love to share everything homeschool and a little bit of mom life. In this video, I'm doing my curriculum picks for our arts and music selections. I will also post a playlist up here to all of my curriculum picks for this year in case you want to go back and look at some of the other subjects. I wanted to do a dedicated video to arts and music because it is something that we feel strongly about in our homeschool, yet sometimes we're not that great at completing our dreams when it comes to arts and music. But we're kind of getting into a better groove with art and music, and we really found a passion for some elements of it. So it's something that we're going to focus on, and I have a feeling is going to grow and develop through our homeschool. It's such a shame that I think a lot of times in different school systems, the arts tend to be cut first or minimized, when I really think that arts and music can add such a positive enrichment to a curriculum, a childhood, and just the growth of a human being to be exposed to these things. Whether they become your passion or not, I just think it's wonderful to expose kids to all the different arts and music that they possibly can. That said, I have selected so many different things for so many different elements of arts and music. And I think I'm going to start sharing a little bit more about that on here because a couple of reasons. First of all, it'll make me accountable because arts and music tends to slide and then I feel super guilty about it. It's in the back of my head of something that I want to focus on. We have found that passion for especially music theater. We have recently in the past year found a huge passion for musical theater. My kids were in their first production. They were in Matilda Jr. My daughter just completed a summer camp, which was like a 2-week session. And within that 2 weeks, they cast and then they performed. They performed Alice in Wonderland. And they did like 5 or 6 different shows after just 2 weeks. It was absolutely incredible. She ended up getting one of the main characters. She was the dodo bird and was so happy and truly loves it. Both my kids truly love musical theater, so that has become a huge base for our love of arts and music in our homeschool. So I have a list here, of course, because my brain can't remember all the things and it gets jumbled, and I try to keep it organized. That way this video is sharing of information and not just chaos. So the first thing I want to talk about is kind of like studio art in the sense of physical artwork and creating art like on paper, pottery, different things like that. We are going to be doing art elements from Layers of Learning. I got that last year. It was included in our art package that I got from them, and we haven't gone through that unit. So I definitely want to go through that unit, the art elements. My kids also take a daily drawing class from Monday through Friday on OutSchool that is absolutely wonderful and has really enriched our homeschool and my kids' lives. Their drawing has really improved. It's really fun. He's an excellent teacher. I'll link it down below. That is something that we're going to be doing. So drawing is almost an everyday thing, and then learning about different art elements, probably with a focus on drawing and just what happens to be in that Layers of Learning unit. Art history. This is also based on Layers of Learning. We are doing art history as it connects to our history curriculum. We use mainly Layers of Learning and Curiosity Chronicles for our history. And this year we are going into the medieval Middle Ages time period. So our art history will be Layers of Learning in that area. Let's see. Okay, my dog is on the windowsill. It was a little bit distracting, sorry. I have Pomeranians, so they can jump onto the windowsills and look out the window. So what we're doing for medieval art with Layers of Learning is I purchased a few of the units. I purchased the early medieval art, late medieval art, early Renaissance, and high Renaissance. So we'll be going through those 4 units. They also had medieval stories. And I was flipping through that last night because I just printed it out. And I am going to pull that out of the art section, and I'm breaking it actually into basically like 3 terms and do basically 3 different units. Because the way that it was laid out, it really looked like there were 3 main focal points. And I loved it so much, I don't want to miss out on all of the goodies that were in the medieval story. So I'm going to take that unit and spread it out the whole year. what the three different like separations were is in the beginning they really talked about storytellers, the different types of storytellers of the Middle Ages, like the court jesters versus the people that were traveling telling stories. There were so many different elements of storytellers, so I want to do that section, probably our first term. And then there's the Canterbury Tales. I want to do a whole section on that because those seem like really interesting stories, and Layers of Learning also offers so many ways that you can approach something like that at an age-appropriate age with so many different book suggestions and activities that I want to do a term on Canterbury Tales. And then the last term would be all about the Knights of the Round Table, the Sword and the Stone, all of those types of stories. So that to me I'm super excited about and seems very fun. I also want to focus on some artists that are based in the medieval time period, like Da Vinci, Michelangelo. Those are a couple that are on my mind that I'm going to make sure that we bring up this year and that we study their work. For like music, theater, and dance, I have been eyeing Woven Melodies for years. I want to start that. It's something that I want to just slowly dig into and just piece by piece work on, where I believe with Woven Melodies you're starting to learn about instruments and types of music with those instruments. So that's something that I want to start this year. We have started piano with Hoffman Academy. They have really great videos online. I purchased like the first like unit and printed it out. That way we can kind of do it self-paced. They also have like monthly programs, but I get myself in trouble with that because I'll end up paying for the monthly subscription and I don't end up using it, so it's a waste of money. So this is better. I purchased the unit, and as we get through it, we get through it. I think piano we should probably commit to like once a week. I don't want to overcommit ourselves because I have so many things. A lot of these things are going to be done piece by piece, like the art, the drawings every single day, and then we'll mix in some of the stuff for the art elements maybe once a week. The art history, that is going to be mixed into our regular history, so it's almost like a big chunk of time where we study art history, geography, and regular history all together, so it works together and isn't choppy. And then, Woven Melodies, piano, once a week. We are also going to study a composer, and this year what I was drawn to worked out perfect for us. We are doing from Delightfully Feasting, we are doing the ballet study of Tchaikovsky along with his ballets of the Nutcracker, Sleeping Beauty, and Swan Lake. We're going to start with the Nutcracker, and it is perfect timing for us because my kids are actually going to be in the Nutcracker with their local dance and theater company, so that works out perfect. Like I couldn't have created that any better. We're also going to start studying Shakespeare since we're really into theater. We're going to start with A Midsummer Night's Dream. I also got that from Delightfully Feasting. These units are about 12 weeks long each. Most likely, knowing myself, I will extend that out longer, so there isn't pressure. There isn't pressure for me to do a lot of this all at once. We're going to take our time with it. I will be happy if we get to that 12 weeks of Shakespeare. If I get through that through the whole school year, I will be happy because Shakespeare isn't something that we have studied before, and I just want to have it in our homeschool. So we are doing that. And then the musical theater company that my kids are involved with is also the same dance studio that they've been involved with. We may not do dance classes this year just because of the scheduling. Musical theater now, they've added another day because of all the performances that they're doing, so it's 3 days a week. Not really sure, it's hard to fit in all the things at this point, but my kids are excited to be in SpongeBob the Musical, Elf Jr., The Nutcracker, and Aristocats. That'll be starting up in a couple weeks. They're already starting to rehearse for their tryouts, and they are super excited about it. So this is a huge plate of art and music. Super excited about it because I feel like I can plan it out and schedule it well this year. We can really dig in and dabble with some things that we haven't come across before. I'm excited for the medieval stories. As we go, I'll share more because I feel like sometimes there's not a ton of art and music focused videos out there. And I just really want to embrace art and music. I want to show our love of art and music. Little background, when I was a kid, I was in marching band music, absolutely loved it. If I hadn't felt like I needed to be practical when I was graduating high school, I definitely would have pursued being in an orchestra. It was my passion. So I still have a little part of that in me that I want to share with my kids, and I want my kids to pursue their passion. And I feel like there might be some passion here with the musical theater. So that's where I'm at. I could probably keep talking and just rambling at this point in time, but let me know down below if you're interested in seeing more videos about the arts and music and stuff that we're doing. I did just order a bunch of books for like our composer study, and I will be getting some obviously for the medieval art, medieval stories and art study and all of that as we go. So let me know down below if you're interested in seeing more videos focused on art and music. I'd love to share them if you're interested in seeing them, and thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.